What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. My name is hughwizzy and you're watching the Q&A that I said I'd do about 6 years ago. Let's get down to it. There's going to be some in-depth answers and some very brief. Forgive me if I forgot you. I still love you. 3-2 against Cardiff. Just not having a laugh. Cardiff! What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. I did that intro a lot better the first time. I've actually been recording for about 5 minutes and I wasn't recording. I didn't press the record button, so yeah.
It's question time. You ready?
I'm always ready, you know me.
Okay, wow.
Wow, what's that? Wow. Make sure you go and follow me on Instagram. I'm doing a massive giveaway. It's going to start in the next 6 hours. So I'm going to be giving away FIFA 19 and a whole bunch of match-worn shirts by some people that you may well know.
There's quite a lot of wings here.
Quite a lot of screams going on in the background as well. Kids looking to get themselves strangled. Right?
It's Nando's.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Can you talk about the situation in Newcastle and how it can be resolved? I'm not going to lie, it's something that really irritates me. Here you've got someone in Mike Ashley who's taking full advantage of a very vulnerable set of people who don't have much else apart from the football. They live for it, they breathe for it, they eat it, sleep it, they shit football. And there was a time in my lifetime when they were right at the top. Faustino Asprilla scoring hat-tricks against Barcelona, Les Ferdinand on fire, Pete Beardsley, Andy Cole, Alan Shearer. These are the glory days for Newcastle United for me. Kevin Keegan nearly achieving Premier League Championship status. These are the levels, Champions League levels, that Newcastle United deserve. Their fans deserve that. I can't believe that he's been allowed to purchase the House of Fraser without fully investing in a side that somehow, even though the TV money is about £195 million a year per team, somehow Mike Ashley has made £22 million profit in the transfer window. That is just unheard of nowadays. Even Wenger was spending money at the end. This is farcical. This is an absolute piss take. He knows that he has those guys trapped as well. These fans cannot leave. Because if they had the gazump to stop and think and not turn up, those empty seats would affect his decisions and he'd be forced to do something. But as it stands, he's taking the piss because nobody is not going to turn up. They love their football. They love their club. They need their football. They need that fix. It's a sad state of affairs. How it can be resolved, you've got to get rid of this guy. Someone has to buy him out. Someone has to believe in a vision that that club can be turned into a Champions League football, a profitable football team. And that's difficult in this day and age because it's going to take a massive injection of cash. You need a whole full squad. There's no way even that Rafa Benitez is going to stay around for much longer. It's actually a crazy situation that pisses me off, if I'm honest. Who's impressing and disappointing you the most? Players, teams, managers and pundits?
And here we have an array of sources.
James Maddison is impressing me. I'm the in-the-know source, the plug.
Yeah.
Man with the information that you need. So what are you looking for? Wilfred Ndidi, Leicester City again. Been not because I'm eating so much hot sauce. Lucas Torreira and Alexandre Lacazette have also been impressing me. Look, this saucy stuff was like Lacazette yesterday.
Okay.
He was on fire.
Okay.
Every touch was electrifying. He's bringing people into play, dropping off the
Did
shoulder.
he
He's turning the man. He's smashing it in from 15 yards. He's actually scored the winning goal, which won me 400 quid, which is paying for the food that you're eating right now.
Thanks, Lucas.
Obviously, Watford have to be the team. This is like Petr Cech. It's a reputable name. You know who this guy is. He's reliable. This is the source that you go to 50 years ago.
Classic.
Right? Because it's from 1869. Time's moved on. It's the staple. Everyone's got one in the cupboard. And it deserves respect. But the fact of the matter is it's finished at this level now. There is no need for you. I don't even know who is eating out of this. Who is eating out of this?
I just had some.
Do you think the fan base treat players like Xhaka as scapegoats?
Well, it's like the boy who cried wolf, isn't it? Occasionally Xhaka gives you the impression that he's having a good game and then he fucks it all up again. I'm sorry to say this, but I've lost count of the amount of times that this guy has been overrun, lost the ball, or his legs just was given way. He's like the new Giroud, right? In a way where before we loved Giroud, right? And you all know what I'm talking about, but before we loved Giroud and really understood what he was bringing to the game, you know, he was just this cancer And unfortunately, that's where Xhaka is right now. He is that guy. He also brings a lot to our game, but people don't really understand it yet.
You're letting yourself down, right? Because there's a whole feast of flavours that want to have festivities in your face, right?
Will Leno ever play Premier League first team? I reckon it's like he signed him for. He's like our new Ospina. He might have just made him Europa League and Carling Cup keeper. 20 mil for a Carling Cup keeper, incredible.
This isn't doing it anymore.
Okay.
We need to move on. In fact, we've bought ourselves a replacement. He's on the bench, 20 million on the bench. We spent half our transfer budget on a guy who's not playing. And the other half on a guy who he's just bringing on when he realises, yet again, that he should have been starting. Torreira, what an incredible performance. Look at this. This is that South American flavour, right? Intense.
What has Torreira got to do to get a game? He changes the pace of our so much. Looked absolutely solid in all cameos. You haven't thought about that before you sent it. You're just kind of angry that Torreira's not playing. And I feel you. I feels ya.
Medium.
Aubameyang, you're a bit of a medium hot sauce. I actually thought that you would have been this guy, but this
Medium hot sauce is my favourite.
that's what they look like. These are our two strikers.
That's my favourite then.
Well, Aubameyang he's capable of incredible moments like we saw yesterday. Beautiful curler, Thierry Henry-esque. However, it was Lacazette who was the main man on fire. And I've got to be honest, you were missing for a lot of the match, mate.
Right.
This is usually my favourite. Right, we're going in with this today, guys.
Do you think Aubameyang has a stamina problem? Probably not a stamina problem, but he's got a problem about getting involved in the game. He's definitely bulking up though. He looks a little bit bigger than he was even when he first came to the Premier League last year. And he's going to need to be a bit bigger to impact some of the games because he's been disappearing a little bit. I know that he scored a special goal against Cardiff, lovely link-up play as well throughout, but there were times when I was wondering where he was. Do you want anything about that?
Marcelo Bielsa and him being at Leeds United. What do you think about
Bielsa.
Bielsa, sorry, pardon me.
Bielsa is the Leeds United manager. He's an Argentine. Widely regarded as one of the best football coaches in the world. He's influenced an incredible amount of top players' careers. Famous for doing a 3-3-1-3 formation with wing backs. It's like 5 at the back, so you got like 6 or 7 defenders, but you overrun people in midfield. He's very clever. He's meticulous about what he does. He's also famous for being so obsessive about stuff. He'll watch videos, and you know, when he moves into a new club, he'll do things like build a sleeping area for his team so that they can all just work straight for 2 weeks and no one goes anywhere. He's won 4 out of 4 of the first 4 games for Leeds, and he looks set to bring them back to the Premier League, which is where they belong. He's quite an exciting manager. Babs says, how long does Mourinho last at United? I think he'll last longer than a lot of people think, if anything. You know, they say that Woodward held back on the transfer budget, or that the Glazers have held back on giving him more money, or that he hasn't been given what he wanted, but really and truly they signed Fred for what, £60 million? That's Arsenal's whole transfer budget. They are still investing heavily. If anything, he's a player that should be able to mould straight into the first 11. And I do think that in Jose Mourinho's defence, people have kind of overreacted to this defeat to Brighton. Yes, the defeat to Spurs was disappointing, but in effect, you know, they dominated the game, or at least the first half especially. They had enough chances to be able to win that game convincingly, and you have it put to bed by half-time. And yeah, I'm not convinced that the Premier League isn't so tough these days that other teams aren't going to have blips like they have done already. You know, he usually responds. Don't have any doubt that you know, it'll end in drama though. He won't last forever at Manchester United, that's for sure. I don't think that they will win the Premier League with him, and that's what United want. They at least want to play attacking football, which in all fairness they have been in the last few games, so perhaps just give him more time. I think he definitely deserves that.
Darren on Twitter says, would you like to see more types of Scotch eggs available? Great question, Darren.
Yeah, I guess, Darren, I would, yeah.
What kinds? What kind of flavour?
Ones with chorizo instead of the
Oh, yeah.
meat inside.
A different kind of egg?
What kind of eggs can you get?
Quail egg? Ostrich egg?
You're going to be extravagant, aren't you?
Okay. Why are Cech and Xhaka still starting over Leno and Torreira?
Clearly because Emery doesn't really know what he's doing. No, I really don't know. I think Cech played well enough in pre-season to warrant him actually starting, so maybe that's it. And he is captain, so it would look a bit weird if we didn't play him. But I do think, you know, we did spend half our budget on a keeper who just sat on the bench, so Torreira is exactly the same in my opinion.
What are the main areas of our team that needs to be fixed? And how do we go about fixing those issues, i.e. transfers or promoting academy players?
We need a winger for a start. We need a new centre-back because we don't have very many left that have got much time in their legs or just intelligence on a football pitch. So, yeah, a winger would be great. The new goalkeeper that we've already bought would be great. Incorporating the new midfielder would be great. And apart from that, it's just teaching them about the new style. Whatever his style is, implement the style, make us defensively sound so we stop getting caught on the break, and understand yourself that if you want to play this pressing game with a high line, we are going to still be as susceptible as we have been over the last God knows how long.
Is Harry Kane actually world class?
No, he's not. He's not world class. Proves that at every major international tournament, and even though he scored 6 goals in the World Cup, won the Golden Boot, it's a fraudulent 6 goals, 3 penalties, 2 tap-ins, and 1 that he didn't know anything about. So when it really mattered, where was he? Again, disappeared. How long will the Emery project take to expectations to use your title challenge? Poor. Well, it will take a lot longer if he keeps playing the wrong team.
Declan, which team has impressed the most with their start to the season? For him,
Watford.
It's Watford. Ooh, twin brains.
Twin brains, great minds think alike, my friend. Hugh, for an aspiring sports and football journalist, what advice do you have to go for in the industry? Be creative, try and think of innovative ideas, work hard, expect to have no money, and yeah, you've really got to love this basically. So put yourself about, network, contact, get in touch with as many people as you can, try and collaborate with like-minded individuals. Will Dixon, if you want it, you will achieve it and you will go far. University of Salford, broadcast journalism. Yeah, create content, man. Create content, and put yourself out there, tag people, email people, pester people, knock down people's doors, get your foot in the door, and then the world is your oyster.
When do you think Leno will start being our number 1 for Arsenal?
Hopefully by the January transfer window. I'm thinking by around Christmas, Czech's going to have made so many errors that we just won't be able to play him anymore. So, yeah. Thanks for the questions. If you're enjoying the videos, make sure you smash the hell out of the like button and subscribe if you're new. But for now, my name's hughwizzy, and this has been... What's it been?
A lot of fun.
There we go.